Can't you just stream in here, just your video at like 360? At least then I can see what screen we're on. Yeah, it doesn't, as long as I can see what screen we're on. There we go. Have you started the stream yet? Oh, no, you haven't. Okay. What's RPG stand for? Right, Rogue Planet. Waiting for the stream to pop on. There it is. Stream deck, what's up? Cool. Stream OBS does that. Streamlabs. Oh, you have like the actual, yeah, okay. Are you playing your music anywhere at some point? Sweet. Yeah, cool. So you're gonna start it off, and then I'll interrupt and say, I just want to make a special thanks once we get to that page, and then. All right. Okay. One sec. Okay. Oh, there's a bunch of Go Hard Gaming guys running around. Go Hard Gaming! Yeah, I don't either. What, they closed down all the rest, or what? Oh, I see. Okay. They've been running for a while, though, well before this. Right. Right. I need a ride. Do all the color stuff for the two. I guess it doesn't matter. I was gonna say the two colors for the teams, but it doesn't matter because they're both TR. So one will be blue, one will be red. Yeah, yeah. That's good. Alright, where the fuck is crazy guy? I'm not gonna say his name out loud just in case, but this one right here. Oh hey, he's in mech suit. I could have only guessed. We're both VS, correct? Do you want to put me in a squad with you? Are you just using your Falco Arnold one? I'll switch it back over here. It is... All right, we are live. We are live. Welcome to Planetside Battles 2. We are going to be hosting today the Rexus Firearm, or Rexus Iron Guard, and TTA. Just a couple of special thanks before we get into it. For Rogue Planet Games, we've got Mithril and Rel With the Planet-Side Battles team, we got Verunda, Relter, Sergeant Mile. We have a map overview that we're going to be using today. Thanks to Zulfer for that. And our overlay that you'll be seeing is from Liddy.
And of course, this stream has been brought to you by Nanite Systems. Nanite Systems! Because how many NS15s do you really need, Trulius? How many do you need? Because I feel like I want 20.
You know what? I think you need 21.
21. Okay.
21 sounds like the right number.
Sound off in chat how many NS15s you'd want Nanite Systems to make you. Nanite Systems, where a glitch is in fact a feature. Anyway, hello one and all. It is us once again, Falco and Trulius. We are here casting for Connery Outfit Wars, whichever season this is. And, yeah, this is going to be quite an interesting one. I think both Trulius and I are in for a little bit of a hell of a surprise because we haven't had, at least I haven't had too much time to actually look through the actual map.
I've spent a good amount of time.
Yeah. So this is going to be kind of cool. And we're going to be kind of figuring out as we go. There hasn't been like an actual meta that's been like defined yet. And, you know, with that, we'll see very interesting things that will happen in the match. So before I get started off, Trulius, why don't I just check in with you? How are you doing, good sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Things are going well. I get to play tomorrow, luckily, so I'll have a little bit of a chance to see what the map looks like a little bit more today. And I'm excited to see the 1v1 versus what we were playing with last season, which was the three-way.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and, you know, make a plug for your Twitch channel, whatever it may be?
Yeah, it's up on the screen there, Trulius. You guys are welcome to go and follow me over there. I stream a lot of Planet-Side, League of Legends, all that fun stuff.
All right, sweet. So let me just kind of get the thing set up. You can go ahead and enter the continent now, and it booted me out of the squad. But that's fine. It's okay.
We'll fix that. That's okay.
We go.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Growing pains.
Growing pains, exactly. So, before we get started off, I know some people in the main Planet-Side Battles chat, you know, so I'm the one that made the music, just for the record. I'm just going to give myself a plug out there. But this next piece, which is going to be the map overview that was created again by Zulfer, extremely thankful for him to go ahead and make that, and is going to be backed up by Casey, who is somebody who I've worked with stuff, and I just feel like, you know, when it comes to Planet-Side and just everything that's community driven with Planet-Side, we got to give people credit. So anyway, let's go ahead and, you know, let's talk about the map. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's dive right into it. So you know, we're looking at Nexus here. It's going to be a no construction, no bastions, no Colossus. All other outfit resources allowed. It's going to be red versus blue. So Alpha versus Omega, I believe. And each team will have their own warp gates, and they are color-coded to be red and blue. And let's just go ahead and get right into the neutral bases. Trulius, let's go ahead and take a look at Bitter Gorge Garrison.
So with Bitter Gorge, you got a 3-point base, only 2 connections, one from each side, one from red, one from blue. It does also connect to the very center map, which we'll be seeing in a second. It's about 2 minutes and 20-second fast cap, and the entrances to it are quite thin for any sort of armor coming in.
Next up is Granite Head Reactor, 3-point base, 2-minute, 20-second fast cap. What else do we want to know about this, Trulius?
This one's actually quite interesting. It has connections from the red and blue as well, but it also has a connection from the neutral base to the northwest, which is the Bitter Gorge. This one is going to be very important for holding. And
then there's also AxIG Satcom Hub, and it's basically like a half tank plant, tech plant, 3 points and all that jazz, but now we're going to take a look at home bases, starting off with Hydroponics Compound / Nexus Secure Substation.
So the Hydroponics 1-point base, it's a powerhouse similar. 4-minute cap though on that one.
And then there's Hydroponics Compound Nexus. Actually, I already said that. Brain. So now we have Nexus Alpha and Nexus Omega, 1-point base, 7-minute cap.
These are the ones that are connected to both the warp gates. These ones are all. Once somebody caps this from the other team, the game's over. It ends there. There is no holding it. There's no trying to take it back.
Then we got Argent base, Slate Canyon hold, 1 point base, 4 minute cap.
These are the northern bases of both sides. These ones are going to be the first ones to go if people are going to try to warp gate the other pass.
And that's basically the Nexus map in a nutshell. And this is also the grid that we're going to be working with today. Very nice and small maps. Definitely a big contrast to last Outfit Wars with what Desolation was. I think this is going to be a little more akin to what competitive PlanetSide should look like. But
you know what? It's going to be quite interesting to see how the meta starts coming out. We haven't really seen much since everything kind of started today. The armor seems to be not terribly invested in this so far. It's been a very big air game, especially in the open. And then from there, it's a lot of drops on points to try and get the cap started with infantry. But definitely an infantry heavy and air heavy.
For sure. So with today's matchup, it's going to be Axis Iron Guard versus Total Terran Alliance. I think that's what the TT stand for. Correct me if I am wrong, and I am
The Terran Alliance.
But yeah, I don't know too much about Axis Iron Guard, but Total Terran Alliance, as far as what I understand, they are basically a conglomerate of TR outfits. Those outfits being Merc, CIK. And again, I apologize for any other outfits that I don't know, and I've forgotten. So yeah. Anyway, let's just kind of go into the really basic stats here. Let's start off with what I presume will be Alpha. This is going to be your Axis Iron Guard. So their lead is the Omnisaya. Their home faction is TR. They have a KD, Alpha KD of 1.03. Kill per minute of 0.26 with a score per minute of 235. Member count, they have a lot of dudes, 7,258. With
that would probably make them one of the highest on all Call of Connery.
They are definitely a big outfit, and with numbers that big, that tells you how long they've probably been in Connery. So much respect there. Monthly activity is 13.08%. Let's go ahead and start talking about, I believe, the Omega team. Trulius, go ahead and take it away.
So they're led by the Terran Alliance. Generally, I'm sure that's just a name to kind of hold on to the lead position. They do have a higher kill-death KD ratio compared to the Axis Iron Guard, but the difference here is that their member count's only 77, so it's almost 1/100th of the size of Axis Iron Guard, and the reason being you're going to see such a high KD is because the small amount of people. Their kill per minute is almost double. Their score per minute is almost double, and the monthly activity is nearly 90%. So almost everybody is quite active in this faction.
Yeah, but as we know with PlanetSide, stats don't necessarily tell the entire story. So it's just going to be a case of seeing how these outfits go ahead and use their strategies for this map, and hopefully it'll be something that is quite entertaining. So yeah, so this is basically what we got going on here, and I'm just kind of showing in the background the basic map. But yeah, Axis Iron Guard versus Total Terran Alliance. While I get the overlay working, because apparently it isn't exactly working for me right now, truly, so what do you think is going to happen with this match?
This is definitely one that a lot of people are excited for when it comes to Connery. TTA is kind of, like you were saying earlier, a conglomerate of a bunch of different outfits on TR Connery. So it'd be fun to see what they're going to do with their special open. From what we've seen today of this map, it's been very heavy air game. But I'd be excited to see some armor probably roll out, which I'm currently racing around on the map. And once you get here, you'll see kind of what's going on. But I imagine it'll be an infantry heavy game, especially with TTA. With their Axis Iron Guard, I know that they do have some good flyers, so that could be quite heavy on their side. With the air game, usually that's whoever gets the air game in the beginning they end up having air superiority for the majority of the time the rest of the match, and that can play a huge part into controlling bases, controlling points, and moving forward into the next points as well.
All right. Well, I totally did not hear anything that you just said because I was busy trying to get the overlay to work, and I think I'm not going to be able to get it to work until match starts. But regardless of that, even though I didn't hear jack at all what you said, I agree with you.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we are on the same page. And with that in mind, if I just go over to in-game raw right now, you can see here, this is basically the overlay that we're going to be working with. And let me just kind of show everyone what's going on here, the back end of things. Obviously, this is not Emerald. So we'll be fixing this as we go. Good things take time, but as always, we do have the John Madden.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be a great thing to be using, and it'll be fun to use, as always.
So for those in the chat, just so you're aware, there is only a 1 minute delay, so we're not going to be showing the warp gates just yet, just to make sure that we don't give away anything from the other team. We want to make sure this is a fair match, so...
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna actually go ahead and let's take a look at the pop situation. Actually, no, it doesn't show us pop. Interesting. Yeah, let's just go ahead and fly around here. I'm gonna go over to Granite Head Reactor. That's dead center of the map, and it's kind of cool. It's like a little cavern kind of a base. Looks like there's a point underground. This looks kind of like
Moss Ravine.
Yeah, no, it looks like Moss Ravine. It has a little bit of styling of Moss Ravine in terms of the base layout, because of the fact that the base is underneath, or the points underneath. Couple of things that we got going on here. We can see that this is our powerhouse right over here. So, or double stack, whichever you want to call it. Let me switch back over to in-game raw. Yeah, so that's that, and then we also have over here our triple stack building. These are flanking what is effectively the spawn room across. We do have 2 bridges that go down this way, but of course, if you have defense, you're probably going to be flooding around the sides like so. So, that's just kind of how I'm looking at it. We have a couple of lanes that people are probably going to be going through, but as with most things PlanetSide, you don't exactly want to be being predictable and following paths. I'm fairly certain there's a lot of different things that haven't been learned about Nexus yet, and we'll probably see those things as more people become familiar with the map.
So here's one thing about that base before you get out of there. If you look at what the approach is from each side, there is only really one way in and one way out, and they're very easily seen from the bases. So it makes it very hard not only to approach with any sort of armor, but it makes it hard to leave with any armor because it turns into a funnel. Yeah. So this is why I'm worried about any sort of armor game in this iteration of Alpha Wars. But again, you know what? Somebody's going to surprise us and end up coming out with an armor superiority. So you never know.
I mean, also it's important to remember too, right? Because even though this map may appear to be a lot more infantry friendly versus Desolation, spawn logistics wins you the match.
Absolutely.
You do need spawn logistics, and sometimes to defend spawn logistics, you do need armor columns to. And
I will say the south of the map, like the far southeast of the map, has a lot more options for that, where you can probably hide some armor or approach with armor without being absolutely funneled into a corner, versus the center of the map and more of the north of the map, which is definitely a little tougher to do so.
Let's actually take a look, since you mentioned it, the southeast part of the map, Arazek Satcom. I've been wanting to actually see this base, because it's like a pseudo tech plant, but it isn't. It's like you have kind of like a balcony area, but you don't, because you don't have free lane of fire. And then obviously you have like the little dragons part, and then the point is obviously enclosed, and then you have like your little not bridges, but catwalks to the left and the right of it. And then you have your garage, and it's like it is effectively the normal layout of a tech plant with some additional walls added in, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and the upside to that is it makes it harder for any sort of approaching, because especially from the balcony, that seems to be a very popular way that people enter a tech plant, because you do have the high ground, right? So you no longer have that shoot down. You do have to run downstairs and become vulnerable in order to approach the point.
And something that I actually just noticed about this is that when you actually look at the balcony area outside, it is super wide open. And those doors, like, those are kind of humongous. And I'd like to believe that if somebody is trying to push through from balcony onto point, all you have to do is just get, like, you know, like just basically get air to ground and just spam and just harass the ever-living crap out of these two doorways to prevent any sort of push from happening, because you'd effectively use the balcony in this case as like cover to prep. So,
and this is why the air game is so important in the opening, is that as we've seen in previous Elf at War matches, if you can gain the upper hand with your air dominance early in the match, it's very tough to regain air if you've lost it. And it will also play a huge part in moving your troops around, moving any armor around, and doing exactly as you're saying, which is trying to get onto a point from a high ground, such as the balcony here.
I think, God,
you could probably show the other two bases there to the southwest and northeast.
Which ones?
What are they called? Nexus Secure and the Alpha Secure, I'm assuming.
Nexus Secure, Alpha Secure. I'll head over to Nexus
Hydroponics.
Secure. Hydroponics. Shit.
Same. They're the same layout.
Yeah. Okay. Waypoint.
So the nice thing with these bases is, again, this is where the armor is going to have a better option to kind of approach bases. You do have a bit more options with the cover coming from the warp gate, as well as coming from Arazek. Sure. It gives you a lot more options to put Sunders around, or squad logistics, or whatever that Galaxy deploy is called now.
I'm trying to figure out which freaking. Oh, I'm sorry. This goddamn overlay, I swear.
Is it still making problems?
No, it's just it's funny because it's like it's blanked out, and I'm not sure which one to use, because it isn't the same as like what you use to like actually like slash Alpha Wars Observe match. It isn't the same number. At least I don't think
Yeah, I don't know. To be fair, everybody today has had some issues trying to implement it, and
I do want to.
Everybody's tried. Everybody's worked really hard to get here.
I want to give a shout out, because I don't think they've gotten any love at all for the past couple of days. I do want to give a shout out to Soltech, because they've been the most under prepped for all the Alpha Wars stuff so far, and that isn't because of them per se. It's just the nature of the beast of like trying to get this going on time, and the devs just not really having the bandwidth to really double check and see if everyone's perms are good and set. So
there's definitely two sides to that, right? Like, everybody's tried really hard to make sure that this was the best it could be for the community, and in doing so, it just delayed it longer and longer. Yeah. So they got it to a point where it's much better. They were even working out kinks all day today as well, both the devs and PSB, who's what we're helping out today. So got to give a lot of kudos to both of them. They've done as much as they can to try and make this as community oriented and as best they could for everybody.
Yeah. Lodestar mod.
So
do we have access to
Lodestar? That's what we should. Yes. The only thing we don't have anything with is construction.
Yeah.
Everything else should be fair game as far as I know. We got 1 minute to the match.
1 minute. All right, so let's go ahead and start showcasing some of these outfit warp gates over here. So let's start off with, who is that?
This area is restricted. Hassan has fallen into the hands of the Chinese.
Oh,
okay.
God.
So
there it is. So yeah, Hassan.
We got red. Red is the Araxis Iron Guard. Blue is going to be TTA.
This
Yeah,
area
my
is
colors are
restricted.
definitely all janked up. It's fine. It's okay.
Okay, so on mine, my colors are Nexus. The Omegas is blue and Alpha is red.
I'm just gonna set this enemy ally. I think that'll work. Oh god, no,
Okay,
it
so-
doesn't work.
No. So just so everybody's aware, we got the TTA currently is going to be running what looks like quite an airball, whereas what Araxis Iron Guard looks like they're doing is they're going to come out with armor. This is very interesting. I'm actually excited about this. Lots of armor everywhere,
Yo, alright,
galaxies
so,
as well.
Hold on. So is Alpha?
Clear out of
Alpha
that area.
is. Okay, Alpha is Araxis Iron Guard. Okay, cool.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
All right, and that's the
Great.
start.
All right, match start. Let's go. Jesus Christ. All right, let's see if our overlay is working. I got the wrong
It looks
one.
like it is. No, that's working. That's right, isn't it?
No, it's a different match. Anyway,
is it?
let's
Oh,
yeah. All right, let's just take a look at this air battle that's going on up here while I try to get this sorted out in the background. Shoot, it's kind of hard to keep track of who belongs to who because it's the same faction right now, and I can only imagine that is like incredibly difficult also for anyone who's currently playing. Because it's like, you know, you don't exactly have audible cues anymore, where it's like, oh yeah,
No.
I hear an infiltrator. That sounds like a VS. No, everyone's gonna sound, in this case, like a TR, and that's gonna be really annoying.
We actually have a couple flying pancakes up there. Look at that. Somebody brought their NSOs. So it's looking like TTA's got the air game. It looks like they're coming down quite hard on whatever air is remaining for Araxis Iron Guard. And that looks like Araxis Iron Guard is almost exclusively in armor now. Lots of Sky Guards shooting up towards that air battle. And push
we
them
are
away
live!
for
There we
sure.
go! Wait, no, is that it? Shit, I don't know.
I like it.
Oh yeah, it is. I think it is. Yeah. Wait, am I looking at... Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry.
Okay, so the only actual cap we have going is the Granite Head, which is from
Yeah, that's
TTA.
That's going pretty...
And it looks like Bitter Gorge is where the fight looks like they're starting right now. It's currently in contention for the cap.
Okay, let's take a look. Let me set that up now. All right, cool. So now everyone should see the overlay. Great. And colors appear to be working as well. So this is kind of the setup,
You are done
and
with this.
let's
Show
actually
them.
let's play around with heat maps. Where is everyone at? Everyone's over at Bitter Gorge. So let's move over there. All right, so A-Point is flipping. It's actually resetting. Okay. So we have a couple dudes over by B-Point. God, this is really good.
This is really tough because everybody currently for us is red, unfortunately. So it's
I
really
know.
tough to see who's who. And not everybody seems to be running with the tag for some reason. That looks like a bit of a bug. But you know what? As long as the players know who to shoot, that's what matters.
Exactly. If anyone knows how to fix this, please let me know. This may not be the most scuffed Outfit Wars match that we're doing right now.
It's been a great day. It's been a great day. All right, so it looks like the big fight right now is Bitter Gorge. We do finally have ours attack finally starting to go through for Alpha, who's Araxis Iron Guard. And there goes Granite Head. Granite Head is now TTA. I tried that.
So it helps on the mini map, but it doesn't help with like actually looking at stuff. So yeah, we're gonna. All right, so Araxis Iron Guard Sunday is kind of going dead. But Terran, oh my God, I almost said Terran. Everyone's Terran here. TTA appears to be really holding out well for Bitter Gorge Garrison, and I think the approach right now is that they maybe Bitter Gorge was the faster
Well, Granite went through first. That was the 2 minutes and 20-second cap. And TTA was on that right away. That was the very first cap to go through. Bitter Gorge is now just going through for TTA. It looks like they're going to cap that, which shows as MC on my map. That's interesting. All right, you know what? I'm not going to say this word right. So Satcom on the far south side. 50 seconds left. That looks like it's going to go through Araxis Com. And like I was saying earlier in the pregame there, the armor game is definitely stronger on the south side. There's a much more open, gives you a lot more opportunity to ride that armor in without air interference, especially with the amount of Skyguards they have over at Satcom.
While that's going on, let's just go ahead and appreciate what Iron Guard attempted to do, which is they attempted to save Bitter Gorge. However, they lost it to the Terran Alliance, not the Terran Republic, but the Terran Alliance. So they lost that. They're going to attempt to recover. Right now, let's head over to Satcom Hub. So the fake tech plant. I need to get my bearings straight here.
So Satcom looks like they did try and contest it. Araxis Iron Guard has dropped onto it. They have the B point. Oh no, that's TTA. TTA is the B point. A point is currently under Araxis Iron Guard.
TTA is also on C point right now.
Yes, C and B.
Yep, C and B. And it looks like this hasn't been captured yet. So
it has not. It's currently in contention.
They're gonna take this for sure.
Wow, that's a bit of a steal because they brought that armor up quite strong, Araxis Iron Guard, in order to take Satcom. So the fact that they were able to steal that away from them for that neutral cap, that's incredible. So all 3 neutral territories are now in TTA's hands.
Yep. All right. So not exactly looking all that great for Araxis Iron Guard, but they do have time to recover. So you don't want
they do. Argent Pass, currently in the northwest, which is one of the 3 Alpha Warp Gate sides, is currently under TTA. They're currently trying to cap. It is a full 4-minute cap. Nothing is pushed further in yet from Satcom or Granite Head. But we do look like at Nexus Secure, we already have some heavy anvils dropping.
TTA doing a really good job just kind of zoning people away. So I'm just going to kind of highlight this real quick using my John Madden overlays here. So there is a window right here that gives TTA free reign on anyone who goes through this point. So they can zone this pretty well. And this really works out for them because of the fact that, like, Iron Guard don't exactly have a really great way to head over to the point without taking, like, these auxiliary bridges, but they'll still be within view of this window right over here. And also,
yeah, this base is, I think, one of my favorites just in the layout. I really like how they laid this one out, especially with the idea of having armor underneath. But it does give you lots of openings for air in order to come in. There's very little protection other than the middle of the bridges, and you do have to be able to push those bridges into that double stack in order to get anywhere with this.
I think this really sucks. So I'm just giving a better overview of the base here. We actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different modes to get onto the center island where the point's at. And it isn't like you're able to really surprise them at all without just doing a straight up drop.
It does look like you could come around. You do have enough cover in order to make it to the far, far, far bridges where you see the guns currently on the bridge. You could come from that way. Pushing through the center or any of these 3 bridges it's pretty suicidal, unfortunately.
It is. But the thing is that if you have a light assault right here on the roof, which is kind of what TTA is doing right now, they can easily just spot people and spot pushes as they come. So, like, you got visibility up here and can defend from within.
So it looks like TTA is holding quite strong inside. They have an engineer turret. They've got baby gates. They've got the what do you call it? The grenade lessener thingy.
The grenade lessener thing. Yeah.
And looks like Araxis Iron Guard is trying to pull some maxes. They're going to push the max in and see what goes on.
Well, they need to. Like, because, like, right now they're kind of getting outdone. If we quickly take a look at the current stats, you can see that TTA currently has... I can't draw. They almost have two. Yeah, they basically have 200 kills versus Iron Guard's 120.
Are you not better than this battle?
So not doing too well for Axis Iron Guard. This is kind of a first-person shooter, so you, to some degree, just given the nature of the PC, you need to be able to shoot pound for pound.
Absolutely. And this is something we kind of foresaw, which was TTA having a bit stronger of an infantry game. So the idea that they've moved so fast between these bases has definitely caught Iron Guard by surprise by a little, it looks like. Especially now that TTA still has the air game, it looks like they're just ground pounding the entire outside.
Alright, so we got a Max here on the point, and he's going to be met. He's down. He was low HP. Now you have TTA recovering.
Zombies.
Yeah, you got zombie heals. It looks like Iron Guard's going all in right now, which they do have to. And unfortunately, they don't win it.
That's right.
So
we do have Nexus Secure Substation now going through as well for TTA.
So now Nexus Secure Substation, huge. Absolutely huge. They need to go all in for this, because I bet you, like, while you got some people kind of fighting through here, there's going to be a fire team with TTA that's just going to start. Yeah, there you go. They already started Nexus Alpha. So
45 seconds in order to try and take this back, and it looks like they're under popped. Rex's Iron Guard is only 30% currently showing at this station.
So we have a lot of Terran Alliance covering door 1 of what is effectively a powerhouse right here. Double doors.
And it looks like TTA is actually already on Nexus Alpha, the final base.
Yeah, no, they're going all in. This is gonna be pretty quick. You said that if they capture all the bases, that's basically match end, right? Or...
Honestly, they just need to capture Nexus Alpha. If they capture Nexus Alpha, the game's over.
Ah, damn.
So the one connection left from the warp gate, that'll be it.
Yeah, so this is it. This is all it. So Nexus Alpha.
And there goes Nexus Secure Station.
All right, so let's move over to Nexus Alpha now. This is the big cojones.
But like I mentioned earlier on, this air, not having an air game, has definitely been detrimental to Rex's Iron Guard. They came out with armor, and they came out with Sky Guards, and unfortunately they've now been relegated to their warp gate with that armor. And air is just peltering everybody.
So this is Nexus Alpha is absolutely critical. They really can't lose this, otherwise they lose the game. That's really my gen.
And this is a tough base to hold as well, because it is underground. The defenders do have a lot of opportunity to get in that is defended. It's very little worry from air. But it looks like TTA is already very strong. Almost the entire platoon looks like they're in here.
Every doorway. Absolutely every doorway. If I was Iron Guard right now, just...
What do you do? Honestly, at this point...
Everything be damned, just search it with maxes. That's what they do.
Unfortunately, Rex's Iron Guard seems like they're just kind of inning with one or two. They're not really pushing as a whole. And they're just getting picked off one by one.
That's not going to work. How TTA is kind of working together. Like, they have Battle Buddy upon Battle Buddy upon Battle Buddy upon Battle Buddy.
They do.
While Iron Guard is kind of... They're poking, but they can't get an organized push.
So something about these warp gate bases, prior to the release today, these bases actually had a generator that had to be down in order to cap as well. They've removed that quite recently from where we were in testing. So it makes it quite hard for the defender to actually have any more control. It makes it a little bit easier for the attackers to hold if they are able to keep their fingers kind of on the button.
That's absolutely amazing. Oh, here we go. There's a Citadel.
There's a Citadel.
But I'm not sure how that Citadel shield's going to help them out.
Yeah, it's not like you can teleport onto the backside. That actually, if anything, is going to help TTA.
Yeah, like, if you look at how this is set up, you're giving, like, if you're gonna be pushing into the room, you're giving TTA a majority of the boost. So this wasn't exactly the best placed Citadel build. I can see where they're trying to do, but I still think the place is right. Well, especially in this room that I'm in right now, like you have a corner where you can just,
Yeah.
you can really just kind of hide behind the corner there.
I think really all they could do at this point is try and come around onto the backside, toss some beacons down, and get the entire platoon on the opposite side. That might help them a little bit, and it does look like they're trying to bring up a Sunday from the backside to do something, but I don't think that's going to play much. They are starting to come up from the backside a little bit from the southwest, but there's not enough of them. There's maybe 6 of them trying to push in from that side. And they're just being picked off.
Yeah, they're being picked, and now TTA is starting to push out.
In a restricted area.
Well, there is a gal drop of sorts. I don't think it really amounted to anything.
Well, it doesn't give you much of an in, unfortunately, because you still have to go through these gauntlets that they've set up. TTA, they've literally got gauntlets set up at every corner. In order to break this, it would have to be almost a 48-man push of maxes.
And you are right with that. They basically set up all these rooms so that way it's never going to be like a 1v1. It's always going to be like a 3 or a 4. They're really second to that.
Well, the other problem is, though, is the Rexus Iron Guard isn't all inning on one side. It looks like they're trying to currently on the southeast side. It does look like TTA has rotated over to that one side, so it's a good gauntlet going on there.
And
As you can see, you got pocket maxes sitting here from the TTA just peltering in.
Let's quickly take a look at the kill discrepancy that we got going on here. So TTA with over 600 and Iron Guard with 100. So they are over 2 times the amount of kills that Iron Guard has. Not exactly great.
You do get to see that the armor kills are definitely in the Iron Guard's favor, but that is from their opening, which they sent out an entire armor squad instead of air. And unfortunately, that is one of the few metas that actually has come out from the previous Alpha Wars.
For those of you who are joining in from Gelos' stream, welcome to Backside Battles 2. I am... Oh, God. And this is an orbital strike for you to be welcomed to.
Oh, that'll take out the Citadel shield.
Yeah.
It wasn't helping them anyway.
But this is basically the map that we're looking at for those of you that are just joining in. Totalitarian Alliance is gonna be, what's that? Omega, and our Axis Iron Guard is Alpha, and they are currently kind of getting pounded right into next round. So they are not doing that great. And even though
45 seconds left, unfortunately.
Yeah. Zulfer mentioned that there's a base race happening. There isn't a base race happening. They got 40 seconds left. Meanwhile, Nexus Omega is like it's still got 5 minutes left. So,
you know, unfortunately, they kind of made the mistake of putting that Citadel shield, and it ended up giving TTA the opportunity to hold it without having to hold every door. Now they just have to hold the front, right? They don't have to go to the back and worry about the back. They only have to worry about that front side now.
All right, so they got about 10 minutes left. They gotta they gotta come up with something. Let me push out to the front door. Let me see if they got anything going on.
I think that's it.
Oh no, you know what? Mozzie's eating everyone up. All right, so they got a push going on over here, but it's too late. Way too late.
New conglomerate is taking
So there it is. The new conglomerate didn't take the so Omega
Blue
won.
side. The blue side did.
Yeah, so Totalitarian Alliance, congratulations for winning this match. Very quick match.
That was. I think that only ended up being a 15-minute match.
Yeah. So kind of unfortunate.
So very quick, and I guess the way to say it is TTA came out with everything.
Yeah, they really did. Very well organized, especially in the in that base, in that not base, in that home base. The what was that called? I already forget what it was called, but where they basically just segmented each room into like an actual gauntlet.
Yeah, the Nexus.
Let's actually take a look and see how all of these matches are looking like so far. So, FEFA, so Ironforged Alliance, they won their match against Hell's Angels. Of course, Turn Alliance is the match that we just watched. They won. Vikings of Connery won their match. And right now, it appears the last match that is currently in progress is Go Hard Gaming versus Legion of Coffee. I'm just going to go ahead and hop into that. So, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, observe match 7.
It's not 8, it's 7.
Yeah, it's 7. Let's go ahead and check.
Well, we'll say real quick that last match, I think it was from the beginning TTA's to lose. They came out with the air game, and being that is one of the few metas that have come over from the previous Alpha War iteration, it looked like they just took over the air, and from there they were able to move around the map a lot quicker, and it resulted in them taking the match.
All right, so we're over here. It's literally the exact same thing.
It looks like, yeah.
Yeah, so Nexus Alpha, they're kind of bogged in here. They just started the cap, so you can at least watch and see what's going on here. So, for those of you who don't know, this match is going to be Go Hard Gaming, who is VS, versus Legion of Coffee, who is NC. NC currently are holding the red, or they are team color red, which is Alpha, and VS is going to be team color blue, Gamma. It's definitely not confusing. Although in this match, it does, like, you can actually see like the player colors are actually different. So
yes,
it is kind of easier to kind of see that.
So it's looking like the percentage of people in the match, it looks like Go Hard Gaming brought more dudes. Doesn't look like... Yeah, it really does, actually.
Yeah.
They've got an extra 5% on top of them.
Yeah,
Legion of Coffee.
basically, whoever's in Nexus Alpha is whoever is in this match. So, Go Hard Gaming does have a 60% overpop. Worth noting. But yeah, no, they are winning.
Unless they're pulling something out, okay.
They are winning the match. Let's go ahead and finish.
All right, so it does look like, if we're going to start talking about this other match, the Go Hard Gaming's got set up a little bit on the roof, trying to push down on top of their spawn room, which they're getting blown up quite quickly doing that. But similar to the previous match, it looks like this gauntlet on A point is being held quite easily by the Go Hard Gaming dudes.
We'll have to hold out for another 4 minutes. I think something that I'm worried about right now is that because of the element that no longer exists, which is the third team, these kinds of matches where it's just kind of a curb stomp, and I mean that in no way, shape, or form to be offensive. Or just either the skill set or the amount of population that is available is just kind of lopsided. We're gonna have these matches more often where it just appears as though one team will definitely win while the other team will definitely lose. Because you don't have that.
And it doesn't... Yeah, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be a skill thing either. There's going to be a lot of situations here where it just happens to be someone who pulls the right galaxy at the right time, or right Valkyrie at the right time, in order to get to the next phase quicker than the other. And sometimes that comes from luck, sometimes that comes from just having the right nanites at the right time, or just having the person say it at the right time. You know, it's not necessarily going to all be based on your shooting skills, your armor skills, your air skills. I will say having the air dominance from the beginning does still seem to be quite important. And being that we haven't seen much armor play at all in this game outside of the Sunderers, it's very infantry heavy.
2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Just gotta wait it out. Now this Citadel shield has been placed a little bit differently, and I think this Citadel shield is placed a little bit better than what I would argue how the other one was placed.
You know what? I would disagree with you. Because now what happens is you've got only 2 entrances, the 2 front. You've kind of cut off any possibility of coming around and getting in behind them or getting in a position to try and take that cap. They're trying to steal rain though. Look at that. They're trying to steal rain on the backside.
Huzzah.
That definitely sounds like a Go Hard Gaming move. We'll see how it plays out for them there.
I was gonna say that with the placement of the Citadel shield, that it does allow for.
Look at that, they got a Liberator in here now.
I was gonna say that the current placement of the Citadel shield, that it prevents Go Hard Gaming from being able to zone Legion of Coffee from their spawn room, so they can actually run up to the building.
That's true.
But,
it does give them the opportunity.
But I do see what you mean though, because.
So Legion of Coffee's dropped in behind. They've dropped on top of the roof, and it looks like they're going to try and come up from behind. However, the problem with Steel Rains, as I've said in the past, is that it gives the other team 40 seconds of time to rotate, to change a tactic, whatever it is, in order to capture that Steel Rain. And that's exactly what it looks like they're doing.
If there's anything going on in the back.
It looks like Go Hard Gaming has cleared them.
We have the lone VS that could. He is no longer the lone VS that could. He is now the VS with those that can.
I don't even see any Legion of Coffee right now.
Well, they don't have the pop.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they don't have the pop for this. Like this base almost feels like an attacker's dream, even though it's a home base.
Yeah, when we were in
the past 2 matches so far.
Yeah, when we were in testing with the generator, it definitely made it a little bit different, being that it made it easier to defend. But once they've taken that out, it's so far we haven't really seen it. The defender being able to take it back once it's been taken.
So 10 seconds left roughly, and then that'll be it for this match as well. Yeah, this map looks even better for Go Hard Gaming versus the other map, because the other map they had cutoffs, but this one is just straight up nothing but blue.
That brought new meaning to hostile.
And there come the yells in yell chat. Go Hard Gaming.
GG.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
GG.
So that's basically it for tonight, it looks like. So let me go ahead and wait for the game to put me back into Sanctuary, and we'll go ahead and get sorted out from there. But yeah, no, I mean, as much as I don't want to say it, Trulius, the matches that we kind of saw so far weren't exactly that great. And that's just, I think, given the nature of starting out in the very beginning of the tournament, you might get placed against teams where there is kind of a little bit of a gap. But, yeah, no, these first 2 matches, I mean, also it's kind of, you know, you want to give not Go Hard Gaming, they won. You want to give Legion of Coffee and Iron Guard a little bit of the benefit of the doubt that, you know, they might just be still trying to figure out the maps as well. So
It's true. There was very little preparation ability for anybody. It did give people, I think, 2 days of time to sign up on the test server, where people could sign up and get at least one game in, which a lot of people did. And outside of that, most people just had a little bit of video here and there from people who were able to do those test matches. To kind of see what the map was. The funny thing with this map is this map has been a thing since 2013. The problem is that they put it on the back burner through all the mergers and changes. And it initially was trying to be something similar to the Battle Islands from PlanSide 1, but they ended up kind of scrapping it, putting it on the side table, and bringing it out now, which, everybody's quite excited about. The unfortunate part so far is just, it's been very little prep time for any of the outfits. To be able to get a chance to really come up with a plan outside of what we've done in the past.
All right, so with that all said, you can actually see. I'm just gonna hide that. So next matches are gonna be tomorrow. So we're gonna be going off of Pacific time here because Connery is, in fact, on the Pacific West Coast. So tomorrow we do have Western Tactical versus TWC. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Pacific. And then we have Sammy versus Fate of Connery. Fate of Connery, for people who don't know, is basically some of the core of the former Outfit Wars champions who are Rally. I will be casting for that match at 8:30 p.m. Pacific. And Trulius will also be playing in that as well, I believe.
That's right. I will be playing in that one.
And then at 8 p.m. as well, in conjunction with WTAC versus TWC, there's going to be Recursion versus Dire. That's going to be 8 p.m. Pacific. And then there will be Unity versus Drunk Division. That'll be running at the same time as Sammy versus Fate. So, yeah, I think tomorrow's matches are going to be pretty interesting too. I'm really excited to see Sammy versus what is effectively Rally. And for people who are afraid and are worried, don't worry. I have actually installed 5 firewalls and 10 antivirus softwares to prevent Mr. Bubbles from hacking my computer.
It might happen. I've heard some rumors. I have heard that he has some interesting new tech that he wanted to use, so it'd be interesting to see how well it holds up, what you got going there.
Well, we'll see what happens. But anyway, so Trulius, thank you very much for helping me out with this first match of Alpha Wars. It was kind of a
hey man, good job.
It was kind of rough and scrapped, but we kind of made it through. Hopefully,
hey man, you know what? We got to see a lot of bringing of more dudes, and hopefully tomorrow we'll see a little bit more of an even fight between the contestants.
Yeah. So thank you very much for everyone for watching this match of Outfit Wars, which was Praxis Ironguard versus the Terran Alliance. Much congratulations to Terran Alliance. They'll be making it into the next round with going 1-0. So hopefully we'll be able to see who they're going to go up against, and hopefully that matchup will be pretty cool and fun. So until then, I am Falco. This is Trulius, my co-caster, and we'll go ahead and catch you guys in the next stream, whenever that'll be. Thank you for watching.